Hi there. Today I'm going to be talking to you about fad dieting. You probably never heard this term used before, but I think it's a good way to describe a certain style of eating. What I mean by fad dieting is when you go on a diet and you try to stick to it very, very strictly. It might sound quite innocent, but the key word here is strict adherence. Normally, when people go on a diet, they become very boring, monotonous, strict, regimented with their eating. They will try and stick to the diet 100%, even if they're not enjoying it or it doesn't feel good, because there's this bigger picture, weight loss. And this is a problem if you're only focused on weight loss. You're not thinking about what the consequences of this diet is or has on your body and your mind. And unfortunately, a lot of people do not ever reach their goal weight. Or if they do reach their goal weight, they don't stay there for long. Because sticking to that extremely strict diet is very difficult long term. I see this pattern of eating even in my office. And I don't give unhealthy diets. This is because fad dieting can happen with any eating plan if you approach it too strictly. This is why I don't believe in meal plans. You don't learn how to choose your own foods and meals, and you'll never learn how to adapt to life when it's not perfect. And let's face it, life isn't perfect. 2 days out of 7 are already more difficult. That's 30% of the time that you can struggle to stick to the plan perfectly. When I give my clients eating plans, I make sure that they have to start thinking about what foods they want to eat. I am quite strict with the timing and the portions initially, but it's actually because I need to correct metabolisms often, and I need to teach people how to listen to their bodies. But as soon as they can understand what their body is saying to them, they have to start learning to be flexible. You need to learn how to change your diet up so that you don't need to feel guilty when you aren't doing something perfectly right. The best way to practice flexibility is actually to use different foods. Unfortunately, diets have taught us to work with very small amounts of food, small variety of foods, and it also has taught you to fear a lot of foods and to feel like a lot of foods are actually unhealthy. But the amount of foods that we have around that are actually healthy and can be used in a healthy eating plan is numerous. So if you start incorporating some of these foods that you thought were unhealthy, but that actually aren't really, potatoes and bread come to mind here, it will allow you to see that any and all foods can be part of a healthy eating plan. It takes time to get out of your old way of thinking, so take your time with it. And when you find yourself going into that fad dieting thinking or becoming too strict with your plan, remind yourself that you're trying something new, and this will give you freedom once and for all.